We are the authors of history. They have overseen. No sacrifice is too great. Everyone will know the name Shurima. Power of the sun lives in Shurima.
Enemy rampage. Has been slain. Shut down.
Loyalty will be rewarded.
Your
All
turret has
eyes
been
look
destroyed.
onward. The order is given. Join me and be elevated.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Your effort shall return.
Unstoppable.
The order is given. Onward. History is made.
Your team has team has destroyed a turret.
My empire lives in every we are made by our choices.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Order is given. Shall return. We walk a path of radiance.
An enemy has been
Lucio. So Broxah moves in, gets the sweeper, finds the ward, starts red side. Even though FPX know that he is starting on red side, it's going to be a much better situation as far as trying to get that push.
And instantly, Gimgoon, he wards the tribal. She's like, I'm not going to get level 2 ganked here. Instantly put that one down. Force Broxah to take a different path if he wants to actually go and try and kill him early.
Fortunately for Broxah, you can do Krugs, then Raptors, then still go River and try and make that happen. But generally, it's fairly risky to gank for the Kayle early on. Not going to provide you a whole lot. And if the enemy jungler goes up there, you are really, really in a bad situation.
Keeping my eyes on the junglers for the time being. Broxah making his way towards the top clear. Tian making his way on the bottom. And Hylissang stepping all the way forward on that Pyke. Pyke has been banned a number of times this tournament already, and one of the champions that we absolutely wanted to see him play. 16 wins, 4 losses, all-time record. And after some pretty confident plays of Alistar, really in the last 2 games, there will be a lot of eyes on him to set up some of these kills. If Nemesis, Reckless, and Bwipo get aided by Broxah and Hylissang, they absolutely can accelerate this game.
Yeah, and it's not very easy to play Tahm Kench against it, because even if you do end up eating your own AD carry, you will still most likely get CC'd by the Pyke, and then you're kind of stuck there, and you will eventually spit out the AD carry, and he can actually die. Broxah is still looking around top lane, slightly too early. Ward just spots him.
Yeah, he did go the red Krugs Raptor that I was talking about. However, instead of after Raptor going up through the river, goes up still past the Tribe Rush, so the dying ward barely sees him for the last second. Meanwhile, Tian has gone for red side clear into purchase of boots for the early Predator possibilities with Gragas.
Yeah, we're expecting a gank around solo lanes from Tian here. Broxah, top lane, yes, you can look for a small gank, but also you're just here to try and cover your top laner, so he does not die early game, because there is very easy setup with the Camille, long range, into CC, into the Gragas, then, and you will die. Here we go. They can even tower dive him fairly easily.
Saw some yellow pings going down as well. A little bit of caution.
Well, there was that long-range engage. Deficio, body slam comes up from Tian, but the flash was not committed. However, successful gank already. Bwipo, no summoner in that top lane.
Yeah, you have to early flash that, because if you let Tian get close enough with the body slam, he will flash, and then you are 100% dead. You don't get another chance. That is a big opening for FPX, though. They will continue to look at this Kayle. No flash on Bwipo. Definitely a champion you want to take advantage of early.
It's pretty interesting. Weibo used both his wards, actually in the lane rush. Up top lane right there to try and spot if he was either getting lane ganked or if Gimgoon was sitting in there for a potential trade. And actually, probably didn't matter because he would have lost his flash anyway.
Yeah, and it was for one of the trades as well, getting the second one in there. But we'll see how well he's able to prune this wave, because Gimgoon has it in a very nice situation. He can apply so much pressure. This is a flashless, TP-less Kayle with built-up range minions there, taking down and pushing away that wave.
And you know your own jungler is on the bottom side of the map, so you're not getting any backup right here.
And more importantly, your opponent knows that your jungler is down on the other side of the map, so there is no bluffing there. That ward in the river season.
Makes me even more nervous when I think about the player that's in that situation. Bwipo has been known to overstep his reach from time to time.
The lead.
Waiting for the Gimgoon.
Here we go.
Passive
Look
to
at
wear
Gragas.
off. So look at the minimap. Tian is
That's
making
first
his
blood.
way up. Bwipo, no flash available. Deficio calling the first blood already. Predator is available. Gimgoon will be looking for that hook shot off the wall, and this should easily be secured. Precision Protocol makes it look easy.
Yeah, and you might wonder, what's Whippo doing? Why would he even try and do this? And honestly, sometimes as a top laner, you have to just coin flip it and say, listen, if I don't actually do this, if I don't try and push this out, I'm going to lose so much. So I'm just going to hope the enemy jungler is not there, or maybe I can escape if he does show up. He flipped it, and sadly for him, he lost.
Yeah, I mean, we spent about 2 minutes setting up why this was such a bad situation for the Kayle with the minion wave, with the flash gone. Very good capitalization there for Tian. Heads on up with the Predator and finds the first blood for FPX.
I think the wave top lane, the back half will not reach the turret, but at least the front half will die. Now what's going to happen is Camille will build up a big wave for herself, still trying to deny some CS, and then when the big wave is about to crash into the turret, Tian will show up again, maybe with Doing B with him, and then they will try and force Whippo away from turret so he loses even more CS, potentially dies. Broxah is here now to try and assist him. This is not really a gank. He just wants to try and make sure Kayle can push out and actually fully reset the wave.
Providing some support to Whippo, and during the picks and bans, Deficio and Kobe, you both talked about what Tien's sort of options were and saying how he wanted to gank those solo lanes. We talked a little bit about how we wanted to maybe see Fnatic try to set up some plays in that bottom lane. Broxah not been proactive yet. He's at level 5 for the time being, got that chilling smite available and close to the Dragon's Rage. So I want to see where Fnatic pull the first trigger. They're already down 1,000 gold.
Yeah, he's playing defense right now, not offense for himself. And typically when Fnatic are snowballing early games, it's through Broxah being very aggressive and looking for plays.
Oh, all right, the W from Reckless comes out. Some damage onto Hylissang. There's the engage from Crisp. Hylissang is going to be forced to flash away. The tower helping out. As soon as I saw Tian showing up in that bottom lane, I got flashbacks to game 2 of the series. This time around, the damage isn't so much. DoinB, however, is moving up. He's got the Realm Warp available.
They want the plates right here for themselves, forcing Reckless back. Reckless not, of course, using his TP. It'd be very risky to dive in. Right here, with still so many members around. Meanwhile, it actually buys a bit of time for Whippo. His flash still on cooldown, but he's safe now because he knows enemy jungler is on bot side.
Yeah, it's these 20-second windows where Tian is really making his presence felt. Broxah gets a little bit of counter jungling done, but that is about it. Meanwhile, Tian is awarded the first blood on top side for his Camille, plus now 2 plates for the bottom lane.
It's a very, very nice read, honestly, from FPX saying, listen, they can't make something happen top lane very easily. So for them, if Fnatic strikes bot, they can actually get back in this early game here. So Tian plays around and says, I've done enough for you, Camille. You can just handle yourself.
I think he just communicates so well with his laners.
Oh,
no flash.
man, Hylissang, no flash, remember. Trying to buy some time. He manages to dive into the pit, escape vision, and escape with his life for now. But that was looking very, very precarious for the Fnatic support. As it stands, Reckless is down 20 CS in this lane. And Hylissang is just trying to get back in to support his bot laner.
I mean, it's the perfect early game for FPX right now because they got that isolated 2v2 bot for as long as they wanted to. We said this dual lane with Tahm Kench Varus is super, super strong and can actually stop Kai'Sa from free farming.
All right, off of the reset, since Cassiopeia has control over mid, they've started up here. Will the bottom be able to answer? Because the pings are going down here for FPX.
All right, full vision from Tian. Mountain Drake down to 3,000 HP. Hylissang starts charging up the skewer. Will find a tag under Crisp, but there's no follow-up. This is going to be a 4v4. Teleport's not available for the respective top laners, and Nemesis is not yet backed away. The Mountain Drake has now turned his attention for the Chain of Corruption. Beautifully comboed into the Gragas ultimate. Realm Warp comes down to Crisp stays alive until the death from below. Now Hylissang is running for his life with some help from Broxah. Turns it around, manages to escape for now. Goes swimming in the river. Vision is beautiful. Thank you, observers. Hylissang escapes. It is a 1-for-1, but the dragon goes the way of FunPlus.
Yeah, because Fnatic focus on the kill there. They get the kill. Mountain Dragon over to FPX, but they do answer it. So they're in a fairly stable position here. Tian and DoinB will take away the blue buff from Cassio. That is so big.
Fnatic, they started the dragon here thinking, okay, DoinB, he's coming from base, so we have early push in mid, and Tian might not be around. He might pan towards the top side and secure blue buff that's alive right now, but he stayed around after killing red. That's why they can contest this. And just a great setup with ultis right here, catching Nemesis.
Yeah, and LWX lands the Varus ultimate, then turns around so he doesn't get stunned by Cassiopeia, turns back around to finish it off. Hylissang, though, with the fancy moves on his signature pike, does get out, so it's a 1-for-1.
Definitely makes me happy to see Hylissang fully aware, using the sort of cooldown recharged ultimate to escape. And Fnatic, they get the single kill. Thanks to that, they're actually now even in gold. They were down 1,000. Small CS advantage for Nemesis. The assists for Broxah and Reckless helped out. And obviously that Drake, the only big advantage that FPX have over Fnatic right now.
Very, very true. And, I was getting scared for top lane right there. I thought FPX would just keep kind of like trying to shut down Whippo without his flash and give a big lead over to Camille. But as they shifted attention bot side to make sure that they could keep pushing in and secure plates with the Varus, it meant that Fnatic could stay on defense and just make sure that no one died bot lane, and in the end just trade 1-for-1. So the KO is right back in the game now. Flash is available, actually winning on farm at the moment, and we know the late game is absolutely amazing from this champion.
And we're seeing some of the changes recently in effect. Well, let's see if Hylissang goes for this.
All right, looking at the minimap, Broxah's making his way down. And Skew, I think
Perfect
they actually tagged LWX, but the Devour came in, if I read that one correctly, and Nemesis now moving back to mid.
Yeah, but some of the changes that caused Kale to be seen so much more in pro play now, why we're seeing it so much throughout the World Championship. Now, once he gets range, it makes it so much easier to farm out this mid stage of the game. That's why we see Bwipo catching right back up in farm. Now, again, the Broxa Hilly duo that we were looking for earlier in Champ Select, meeting up, going for that invade, trying to get some vision down for themselves. But it looks like everybody's got their eyes towards mid, as even Gimgoon on the Camille is roaming.
Feels like there's more members from FBX that are close enough for a potential engage. Roxa's waiting in the wings. Doomby now got to escape. Bone Skewer comes up, and that falls ever so short. The Abyssal Voyage will bring Crisp to support. And at the end of the day, it's just one small cooldown advantage in Fnatic's favor.
Let's see if they can find Tian here. He's actually stealing away the red buff. Should be able to get out safely on his side.
Salt! But all credit to Tian. He stole the blue buff a few minutes ago. Steals the red buff now as well. Like, Tian seems to have downloaded Broxa's decision-making and has felt more impactful in the early game. And is saying, we'll get spotted out on that ward. But yeah, again, like, all credit to Tian and the impact he's had consistently across all 4 games in this quarterfinal.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's been coordinating with his lanes really well, what both sides have wanted thus far. Looks like we have a very deep precedent from LWX to get that turret play.
There's a TP ward here in case Hylissang starts a fight, but you do see in mid lane, Doinby and Tian, they're spotted by wards, showing that they're already hovering towards bottom side, ready to react in case something happens, and Fnatic decide, again, just play it slow, just like last game. You don't have to overforce anything.
And that's what we keep returning to. The game plan here for Fnatic has remained calm. Now they're to another breakpoint. Well, we have 3 members down bottom, though, so FBX are teleporting in. This could be the dive.
Yeah,
Missing the Verisol.
They are. Chain of Corruption won't find a target, but once the teleport completes, they're from Doinby. This will be the first tower of the game just before turret plates fall as well, giving FPX the gold lead once again.
And I like the play. You're already winning on bottom side. Let's just secure it. Do not give Fnatic a chance to start a big fight where they engage onto you. Now you can move Tahm Kench and Varus around the map and start just putting more focus on the top lane turrets.
Because they got an earlier reset, though, will Fnatic be able to answer with a Rift Herald? Is the next question.
Both teams will be there around the same time.
I mean, they're moving up right now. It's going to be a recall from Gimgoon, who has teleport as well, and will get a purchase off. But Broxa already used his to try and push the wave.
Now, of course, the purchasing from Gimgoon will at least balance it out. Whippo's come back to lane with Gunblade. You've already got the Archangel stacking up for Nemesis. Manamune for Reckless. Blade of the Rune King for LWX. So those first big ticket items, as we approach 15 minutes of the clock, have been secured.
They are setting up the vision for it. Fnatic have the wards in place, and they make the call.
Tian is still at the red buff right now. FPX should know that this is being started. I think they just decided they actually don't want to contest or not. They just want to trade it for Drake.
Okay, so what can Fnatic do then with this Rift Herald? When do they decide to use it?
Use a top turret if they want to start already pushing down.
Tian will be able to pick up that Ocean Drake. This is completely uncontested. Gimgoon is left solo in lane. By the way, down 14 CS. We didn't look at that top lane after Bwipo conceded first blood. So fair amount of credit to him for balancing that back out. I think the wave pushing back in his favor would have helped. And now the Rift Herald has been picked up by Broxa. He's held the trigger for now, decided not to use a top lane this year.
You might be interested in doing your own
Actually,
YouTube
a safe call by FPX to say we don't want to contest this one. Let's just trade for Drake. We have the lane push. Ooh, let's see once again.
All right, Raldoff
Dive,
is going to be
dive.
committed there onto Bwipo, as is the Hextech Ultimatum. The stopwatch is used to buy some time. Bwipo's still got that Divine Judgment, which he manages to cast. Get off, the Gragas Ultimate comes back. Bwipo goes down. The Divine Judgment did not help enough. Now the tower will fall as well. And FPX with a decisive play and a 2,500 gold lead.
And this is because Rift Herald, they just gave it up and said, you're investing a lot of members topside. Good, we get control bot. We can then push in, they go for more.
They've got themselves another kill. Let's say this is a 15.5-minute inhibitor turret kill. Now FPX, they decide to back away. And honestly, the speed of this series has been fantastic. 3 towers to 0 in the blink of an eye.
Exactly, and it was the vision that they focused around the Rift Herald as well. All of Fnatic's vision invested in the top half of the map allows FPX to move in here for this power play to make that dive, even with the stopwatch, plus the Kale ultimate buying time